Wow, Reagan. Just crying back there. Get adjusted here. Try not to cry. What if the only thing standing between your child and a future was time, and the world kept telling you to wait? My name is Lindsey Flint, and I live in Fort Worth, Texas, with my husband Garrett, my daughter Madison, and my son Jaxson. Shortly before Jackson's second birthday, he was diagnosed with Leigh-like syndrome, or CMT6, and it's caused by a gene defect in the MTRFR gene, which really is a mother effer. Sorry for all you kids out there. On October 30th of 2014, his specialist told us he'd be lucky to make it to 5 years old. Today, he's 12. Before his diagnosis, Garrett and I used to dream about Jax's future, playing sports, riding a bike, hanging out with friends, maybe bringing home a girlfriend and falling in love and starting a family. But after his diagnosis, it became too painful to dream too far ahead. We had to cherish each moment, each day. Before he was diagnosed, there was no reason to think his life would be any different from his peers. But as the time passed, the signs became undeniable. His disease has taken so much from him. It's left him partially blind due to optic nerve atrophy, muscle weakness, neuropathy in his hands and feet, limited fine motor and growth skills, and he's nonverbal and fed through a feeding tube. Daily life is full of challenges for Jax. He struggles with balance, pain, and fatigue. He needs help with nearly everything from getting dressed to eating. And despite all of it, he finds ways to connect. He plays Miracle League baseball, and he competes in Special Olympics bowling, track, and basketball. In fact, he just won his last 2 track meets. But he connects through his radiant smile, his laughter, and through ASL. For the past 9 years, we've been fighting, not just for Jax, but for all of you and all of the kids out there and adults with rare disease. We began funding research when Jax was 3 years old, and since then we've raised over $1 million to support studies using zebrafish, worms, iPSC models, and natural history studies. We've endured failed attempts at a mouse model, which is heartbreaking, as you can imagine. And while progress has been slow, we refuse to give up. Because clinical trials are what give us hope. They're what allow us to imagine a future where Jax can live the most independent life possible. Jax is currently enrolled in the mini study at NIH. He also participated in another clinical trial that was ultimately terminated after a year. While that trial didn't succeed, I believe that every step forward, no matter how small, brings us closer to a treatment. Our greatest hope is that research can slow the progression of Jackson's disease, preserve his vision, and ultimately lead to a cure. The only path to that future is through clinical trials, patient registries, and continued research funding. And that's where you come in. Oh, y'all, I'm sorry. We need more patients to participate in trials. We need more families to sign up for registries, and we need more people to advocate for funding. H&F is leading this charge. They're de-risking and accelerating clinical trials. They're building biobanks and pushing for real treatments, but they can't do it alone. Your participation, whether in trials, registries, or advocacy, help push research forward, and it helps turn hope into reality. Every day, families like mine and yours are holding on to hope. We're waiting for a breakthrough, but we can't afford to wait any longer. The time for action is now. Together, we can fight for the research, the trials, and the treatments that will change lives. Thank you.